Introduce on stage Dr. Abeer Naajem. I won't talk about her because I would like really to hear about what she have done, and I will get inspired from her story. And by the way, I like your smile in your picture.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm just looking for the timing to make sure that I'm saying it correctly. First of all, thank you very much for this opportunity. I mean, it's an honor to be part of all this amazing group of female Emirati and also our guests here to share something that I'm hoping, inshallah, it will be of benefit for everyone, and to highlight our Emirati Women's Day as similar to all the ladies who have been speaking before me, who really raised the bar for me to be able to give something equally similar to what they have said. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I'm going to take a little bit different direction in what I'm going to present today, but I'm sure it will be something heading every individual, being a woman or a man. Before that, let me introduce myself and tell you where I reached in my life and how I reached to what I have achieved as Abeer in these days. I have to give the credit, after Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, of course, I have to give the credit for my mother. I came from a family, a humble family, from Ras Al Khaimah, which I'm proud to be from. I have my two parents who are illiterate, they don't read, they don't write, and they managed to raise 4 sons and 2 daughters. Me and my sister are a PhD holders. I have 3 of my brothers are master's holders, and all of us are holding a prestigious position within our job. So this is something come from a mother. This is coming from a mother that believed in education. And I remember from early ages, one thing that she used to tell me, before doing anything in your life, you need to have your degree. And that's your weapon to the sword. And I made sure that this is what I have done, made her proud, holding my PhD in educational leadership, which is the passion that I have, education. And I remember Dr. Musa was talking about education, and I was like loving what he's talking about and how opportunities are there to make sure that we are providing the education for the generation around us, for women, and making sure that it's there for people. Because if you have an educated family, if you have an educated woman, first place, you will have an educated world. Because they are the ladies who are raising this whole world, along with the men, of course. Okay, so what I'm going to talk about today is what every leader needs to think first before going out and being the great example that we had today, either from the speaker themselves or from the example they have presented to us. They need to think of very important thing. They need to think first about leading themselves. Because if you can't lead yourself, you'll not be able to lead the whole country or the whole people around you. And that's the starting point for all the achievement and great people that we listened to today and heard about. So, it was a quote that one have told me when I was in one of the conference, and they said, if we are born with a catalog, like most of the machines and things that we buy, there is a catalog, there is a booklet that will tell you how to work with this machine or how to get these things working. I believe, and I'm definitely believe, that the first chapter for human being is a self-leader. How do you lead yourself? How do you be the person that you want to be in this world? And what are the steps? What are the stages that you need to go through to be able to be that person? Because most of people are thinking, or most of the leaders are thinking, how I'm going to lead myself, my team, how I'm going to achieve the organization goals, how I'm going to have the result that I want to have within this organization, how I'm going to accomplish this project for my company or for my organization or for my government, how I'm going to do everything. But most of them always forget how I'm going to lead me as a person first, how I'm going to take care of myself as a person, to be able to influence these people around me and impact them and give them whatever role model they are looking for to be able to achieve what is required from them. So self-leadership is always about the purpose of understanding yourself. And that's the first thing we are going to talk about. Really understanding yourself. It's not like yes, I'm that person who's doing that person, or I'm that person who's working in that position. No, no, no. I'm going deep, deep with yourself and really understand who are you as a person before and going and thinking about other stuff around you. So this is a simple definition, because when you go to Google and write like what is self-leadership or defining of self-leadership, you will have like a million definition, and every definition will come from different perspective. But if I try to get the simplest one of them, just to make sure and give you understanding of what I mean by self-leadership. Practice intentionally, and that's the key word there, influencing your thinking, your feeling, your actions toward whatever you would like to do. So that intentionally, it's not something that you do just as a daily things and not think about it. You need really to think and practice intentionally about it. We have 4 pillars for really understanding ourselves. I'm going to go a little bit deep with each one of them. 4 pillars to understand yourself, to understand the person who you are deeply. Some people will take days, weeks, months to really understand knowing themselves. Who are you as a person? Sit with a piece of paper and start thinking of yourself, your deep self. What is your belief? What do you really believe in? What are your values? What are the things that really get you to do whatever you want to do in this life? Your thinking, your inner thinking, things that motivate you. So you need to understand who you are as a person, from the values, from the beliefs, things that get you moving in this world. What is really important to you? Really important. Don't say like my job is really important. The job is really important for everyone. What is really deep important for you? Some people will say my family. My kids are my really most important things in this life, and everything will come around them. So you need to understand and answer these questions very, very, very honestly with yourself. Nobody will look at that paper, so just write it for yourself. What is really important to you? And then, what are your goals? Because these all questions related to you. What are your goals in this life? What do you want to achieve? Where do you want to see yourself as a human being? Where do you want to go? So these 3 questions is the starting point of really understand who are you as a person. Because everything else will be built on this. And if you are not really honest on this, everything else will be just a reflection to what you have just put in that questions. Going from there, you will go to knowing what you do. What are your behaviors now? What do you do? Teaching, leading a group of people, raising a family, supporting other people around you, raising an entrepreneurship, whatever you are doing now, just write in that paper. Honestly, intentionally, honestly. And what are your motivation? Why are you doing what you are doing? Why you are a teacher? Why you are leading a company? Why you are doing something with the media? Why you are doing something with the engineering? Why you are in the health sector? Why are you doing what you are doing? And again, be honest on that. That paper is for you and nobody will look at it. Then, knowing what you need to learn. In the second stage, you stated everything about you, your strengths, things that you are doing, why you are doing it, and how you are motivating yourself. Now you need to know where are your areas that you need to improve. Because in the first parallel, you have mentioned some of the goals. And maybe within your current career, you still didn't achieve all of them. So there is something missing. You need to be honest with yourself. What are these missing? What do you need to learn? Where do you need to improve yourself? Where do you need to improve your strength and work more on these stages to be able to achieve the goal, to achieve the vision that you have in your life looking at yourself? And the last pearl will be using what you know. The first thing is, what are the habits that you need to build? Either you already have these habits, and you need to build on them, or you discover that there are new things that I need to put in my life to be able to achieve the goal that I have been putting at the first stage. So what are the successful habits that you need to work on? How you are going to create a successful environment for yourself. Where are you going to be? Who are the people that you are going to engage with? Who are the people that you are going to connect with? Who are the people that you are going to follow? So within these 4 pillars, we are talking about you. We are not talking about people. I'm not talking about the people that you work with at the work or at family or with your friends or with your business or with your company. I'm talking about you here. So following this simple 4 stages to understand yourself, and no matter how long it will take you days, months, years, make sure that this is the first stage for every successful thing that you are going to do following that. I love all the expression in your faces. You guys need to see how you look like from here. Okay, moving on. So how we are going to build that self-leadership? We talked about the stages, thinking of what do I need to do now. So how building it? Again, the word intentionally, being intentional about it, because it's all about really understanding that this is what I want to do. There are 3 things you need to think about it when you start building your leadership and working toward how you are going to do it. The first thing is self-confidence. Never, ever in a million years doubt yourself in something. Always give yourself the courage that you can do. You are confident in whatever you are doing. Wrong or right, we are human. We always have our mistakes, but we learn from them. But make sure that you are confident enough to do your mistakes as well as doing your success. So the self-confidence is the first stage. Understanding your why, making sure that you are working toward your passion, making sure that you are fighting for your passion if you have to, and reaching from that self-confidence to self-awareness, which will come from the first 4 pillars that we have talked about. Being aware of yourself. No matter how long it will take you, as I said. Some people will take it in days, some people will take it in months or years. For myself, it took me years, to be honest. I have been in different careers. I have been in different stages of my life. And I will tell you a little bit about it now when I'm talking about this. Until I really found what I really want. So self-awareness, self-understanding is the key for everything. And that's why I chose this topic, to be honest. And then self-efficiency. You need to make sure that working on your self-confidence, working on your self-awareness and understanding yourself will give you the efficiency to do whatever you want to do. And that's how you are going to influence, that's how you are going to impact people around you within the organization, in your life, in your community, in your business. So it all starts with you as a person. And then moving out. My story around this, I started in the banking sector for all the bankers who was here. And I started just because I needed a job, not because that's my passion. I needed a job, I needed a state income, and that's why I said, okay, what is booming now? It's banking. Abeer, start doing your banking job. I start banking, and I start from crash in the reception. And in 6 years, I was an assistant manager to the branch manager who was just sitting here, Her Excellency Aisha Farahi. She was my supervisor, she was my leader, and she was my role model. And she was the person that I was always looking to, because she found her passion in banking and she completed that. But I was in a stage that this is not Abeer, this is not me. Because I went through these steps. I went through them unconsciously, to be honest. I didn't do them intentionally. I didn't do whatever I want or understanding myself. I just thought, this is not Abeer. I'm not waking up in the morning because I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I'm happy with it. It added to me, but I'm not enjoying it. And I had the opportunity to go to the education sector, which I'm here now in the education sector since 2001, so it's almost around 16 years. And again, I started from scratch. I left a prestigious position, a good salary, a massive career in banking, and I started again from scratch. as an officer, and I started until I am currently holding an acting position for the assistant provost of Students Affairs within Zayed University. So within 16 years, I have been teaching, I have been administrating for the students, but it is education. That was my passion. That was what I love doing. So don't ever underestimate understanding yourself. Don't ever underestimate being self-aware of yourself, because there you can find who you are and will give you the passion to do whatever you are doing. And we heard a lot of the ladies who spoke today with passion about what they are doing, because they really know what they love doing. And I'm going to close it here. Thank you very much for this opportunity, and I'm hoping
Thank you very much. To be a change yourself.